Hi, and welcome to my channel. My name's Alysha Randall, and I'm founder of Fast Growth Consulting. And today I really wanted to talk about why it's important for every startup leadership team to understand the numbers, not just the finance team and potentially the founders. So whether you're early stage or you're growing or you're in a scale up, the financial literacy and understanding across the entire leadership team can really make a difference of growing the business and hitting goals and not just surviving, but actually thriving. And this is because knowing the numbers can really empower the leadership team to make better data-driven decisions. So when everyone in the leadership team understands the numbers, you're all aligned, you're more strategic, and you're ready to hit all of those challenges. So a perfect example is when, say, for example, a budget is being put together, the strategic goals and operational goals of the business have to be created first. And then the budget essentially just checks the financial validity of these strategic and operational goals. Now, if, say, for example, you've had your leadership away day, you've created, say, your top 3 strategic goals for the next 2 years, everyone in the leadership team has put together their operational goals, and then someone like me comes in and creates a budget based on all of that information and then says, oh, hang on, guys. These plans don't make financial sense. You're actually going to run out of money, or you're not going to hit break even, or you're not going to hit enough of the goals before you next fundraise. We need to go back to your operational goals and change them so that they do make financial sense. Now, if you are part of a leadership team and you don't really understand what that means, as far as, oh, how can this particular activity cost more than this particular activity, and you can't really see it, it's very difficult for you to be quite strategic and be part of that conversation. So let's perhaps start with the 2 most critical aspects of a startup and scale up, and that is profit and loss and profitability, but also cash flow, and probably cash flow more so. So understanding these isn't just, say, my job, but it really is everyone in the leadership team to know what drives profit and where the cash is flowing in or out. It's not also just where the cash is going to come in or is going to go out. Timing is also really important. And the timing of cash going in and out is called working capital. So if, say, for example, you have a business model whereby cash coming in can take 90 days, say, but cash going out is immediate, then you're going to have a real working capital cash flow problem. And actually, this is one of the big reasons why businesses run out of cash and go out of business, is because they don't understand the movement of cash and the working capital. So this knowledge really helps each department, everyone in the leadership team, to make decisions that support the company's financial goals. So profitability, for example, if your leadership team understands gross profit, they can really make smarter decisions on pricing, on sourcing, on the timing and product development. And then similarly, cash flow, if everyone understands the importance of managing these expenses and receivables, you're never really caught short-handed when it comes to funding and operations. Now, when we work with founders and with businesses, we often do training with the leadership team so that they can understand particularly the business's P&L, because we often change that to be a bit more commercial, and we'll take them through that, and so that they understand and they can ask any questions. Obviously, the head of tech, head of product, they're not accountants, they haven't been trained in accounting. Sometimes they do just need the education, or they understand what a P&L is, but don't understand the particular company's P&L and how it affects them. For that high level P&L, balance sheet, cash flow overview, if you have no idea what any of these financial statements mean at all, Fear not, I have already got a high level overview of the 3 financial statements, but also a detailed view of the P&L, the balance sheet, and the cash flow. So I'll leave a link above and below for that high level one, and then you can just follow the links to look at the detail. So that'll give you a good understanding of financial statements at a high level. So then when it comes to the business financial statements, you should have a better understanding. Number 2, the second section I want to talk about was tackling growth metrics and KPIs. So every startup has key performance indicators or KPIs that track the progress towards those growth goals. So no doubt you probably also have a lot of metrics that you maintain and you review within your department. But the leadership team really need to understand all the numbers across the entire business, not just the metrics within their own department. And this is also when I'm talking about financial metrics or financial KPIs, not just the non-financial KPIs. So if the leadership understands these numbers, then they can steer their departments much more effectively. So whether it's customer acquisition costs or its churn rate or lifetime value, all of these metrics tell a story of the business and really highlight where adjustments are needed. And also when talking to the board or investors, they're very keen to understand these numbers as well. And so making sure that your leadership team has full ownership of the P&L and all of the financial metrics is really important. Number 3 was the financial impact of leadership decisions. So in startups, every decision does have a financial impact, perhaps not directly, but certainly indirectly. So for example, a marketing initiative might bring in lots of new customers, but the cost per acquisition might be too high and therefore it could really hurt profitability. Or the type of customers that are coming in are not high quality, and therefore the churn rates are really going to be high later on, which also can really affect the profitability of the business, particularly if you're expecting the churn rates to remain the same. Or for example, let's say the product team is developing a new feature, and if they understand the research and development costs or the R&D costs and the projected return on investment or ROI, then they're much more likely to make decisions that contribute positively to the business's bottom line than if they're just trying to create something at all costs without taking the R&D costs and ROI into consideration. Number 4 is speaking the language of investors. So when you're fundraising, investors want to know that your entire team is financially competent, not just the finance team, the CFO, and the founder. They're really looking for confidence that your leadership team understands financial statements like the P&L, like the balance sheet, and can really demonstrate the stability and the scalability of the business. And then finally, building a financially resilient culture. So if everyone understands their numbers and really fostering a culture of financial resilience, and the team makes decisions that protect cash flow, they drive growth, manage risk, which is really invaluable to you as a founder to navigate those challenges with scaling and startup. You don't want all of that pressure to be sitting on just the founder or founders. You really want it to be shared within that leadership team. And actually, if you can trust and upskill the leadership team, then you're really working together and it's much more cohesive. It's a stronger team and therefore a stronger business. So if you're a founder or a leader and part of a startup leadership team, then taking that time to understand financials, to ask questions, there's no such thing as a dumb question, and ensuring that everyone understands the number. So it's a real investment in that success and stability of your business. You don't want to be a situation where you have a startup culture where, all of that financial understanding is just sitting, say, with your fractional CFO and founder, and then you get to a Series C and your leadership team is left behind because they don't understand finances, they don't understand how to become profitable, and unfortunately, you may have to replace your leadership team to people that do understand business and commercials a bit better. So it's much better to take your leadership team with you and upskill their understanding so that they can help drive that business growth. So thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and then share it with your leadership team. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights on how to drive growth and understand finances as a founder in your business. And as always, if you have any questions on any specific topics or you want a particular topic covered, then please let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you next week. Cheers.